Claim whatever meaning or significance you want. What you just saw was an average Thursday afternoon. Good job not procrastinating. Any student will tell you that our lives revolves around paper. We carry paper, to use paper, to study paper, to get paper, year after year, until we finally get one last paper that tells us we're finally ready to go into a workforce and start professionally handling paper and earning paper. With this much paper being used by students, waste starts to build up. 1 year's worth of earth paper waste would be enough to build a wall 12 feet high from New York to California. According to the APA, between paper, paperboard, packaging, and more, each office worker produces an average of 2 pounds of paper waste daily, a figure that is comparable to a student at a collegiate level.
Okay, so do I have your permission to record?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the first question is, what interactions with paper products do you have on a day-to-day basis?
Okay, it's mostly every day I have interaction with paper, going to class, taking notes, handing assignments, doing homework, so a lot.
Okay. How many notebooks do you say you use during a semester?
I'll say I use probably like five, one per each course, and maybe one small notebook to take other notes.
So why do you use this much paper?
I think it's just for me. It's just an easier way to write my ideas, to do my homework. It is pretty hard for me to do math in my computer or to write quick notes when I have to, and so I think the paper is just the easiest and fastest way to do it.
So are you aware that 26% of our landfills are made of paper?
I was not aware of that.
How do you...
With paper being such an ordinary part of our lives and such a core part of academia, it can be difficult to realize the scope of the problem paper waste presents. Paper and paper products account for a big chunk of landfill mass, at 26% or just over a quarter of all landfill trash. In terms of paper, the US alone uses 12.1 trillion sheets of paper annually, or 121 billion pounds of paper. Producing this much paper generates 14 trillion pounds of solid waste, 123 gallons of water waste, and would take 78 million trees to produce. To make matters even more worse, in landfill, paper decomposes to form methane, a greenhouse gas over 20 times more harmful than carbon dioxide. And the problem shows no sign of stopping. Paper demand was expected to drop after the electronic revolution, but it has continued to rise even higher and is expected to double by 2030.
You've heard of off the charts.
Despite these depressing figures, the unprecedented growth of modern technology offers us an alternative to overwhelming paper waste. In fact, there are two effective, straightforward solutions that we can use right now. The first one, and most important one, is recycling. By increasing the amount of paper we recycle, we send less to landfills, which reduces the amount of methane produced, and we save a lot of trees and save a lot of water that it would take to produce these papers. Recycling isn't just environmentally friendly, it's financially efficient. According to the University of Southern Indiana, constructing a mill using recycled paper averages over 50% lower cost than using a mill with fresh pulp. Each ton of recycled paper can save 17 trees, 380 gallons of oil, and 7,000 gallons of water. In 1993, in the US alone, paper recycling saved over 90 million cubic yards of landfill space. The second potential solution is use paper more efficiently, or in a student's case, not use it at all.
How many notebooks have you used this semester?
I've used one. I had a drop from a couple of classes, so usually I take notes on computer, but for my one math class, I didn't have a notebook for it.
So how are you able to use this little amount of paper?
My laptop or my phone, I just type all my notes, and then the only reason I do use paper is, if I want to do math equations and I have to write it down to show my work.
Are you aware that 26% of our landfills are made of paper?
I personally thought it was more, but yeah.
How do you think this accumulation of waste could be more of a cultural issue?
Some cultures teach their children to be conservative, while, like Western cultures, they don't value it, and many people are ignorant of the issues, such as being wasteful.
How do you think school indirectly advocates for the overuse of paper?
Everything is turned in, mainly like quizzes, tests, by paper. Nothing's usually done on the computer, stuff like that. Notes, many people, encourage to take notes on paper.
While technology provides other waste problems, use of digital and technological assets in academia can vastly reduce the amount of paper being used. Paper has been a core part of academia, and some form of it has existed since the dawn of written language. It is thus critically linked with academia and considered to be as basic a supply as a pencil to students. Data clearly shows that the demand for paper is only increasing, and that paper will remain a useful and necessary part of academia and of our society at large. But even with increased demand for paper, we can still decrease the harmful effects of paper waste. By increasing the efficiency in how we use paper, recycling, and using paper more sustainably, and utilizing more of our digital technologies, we can cut down on paper waste and its negative effects significantly, all while increasing work and financial efficiency.